Hi, everyone. Welcome to Absolute Cut, episode 21.
21.
Thanks for last week's Hereditary went stellar.
Did it?
Yeah, it's huge.
It's massive.
As we are recording, it is close to being our most listened to episode.
Well, nice.
So
already,
yeah. And by far as well.
Is it?
Like,
Good.
So yeah, cheers. Thank you, everyone.
Do you reckon that's because we were dressed like twats?
I think it was.
Because we were dressed like absolute dildos the whole way through it. Because like the clip about the gas explosion went all right on TikTok and shit.
Yeah,
too,
it did,
so
yeah. See, I don't check TikTok. I need to get a TikTok account. I keep saying I'm going to get one.
Yeah, it's just a lot of faff in it.
It would just delve me into porn again.
Oh, yeah.
You'll eventually the algorithm will figure me out. And
do you know what's worse? I've tried to undo that. Right?
by watching everything but porn.
Aye. So I bet because you know when you're a lad and you set up a TikTok account, like it immediately would just be like, you like cars?
Yeah.
You're like, no. You're like,
Here's
football.
a woman fucking a car.
Yeah, it is. And there's always one. They still pop up. Like I've now fixed my Instagram one's fine. That's
Right.
the one where I get all the funny shit now.
Yeah.
It's more football and sports now. My TikTok and some comedy, and then just a random tit. And I'm like, come on. And this is going to show up someday.
Yeah.
Cause a hassle somewhere.
I get my algorithm on Instagram is comedy videos, people getting their backs cracked.
Oh
to
yes,
fuck. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Particularly if someone's got like a real problem.
Yeah.
Like they've not been able to walk for years, and then this dude. So it was quite. I was finding the dude. There's one really big guy. He's like a really big, strong dude. Because I'm always amazed at how intimate it actually is.
Yeah, I've had it done.
Have you?
Yeah,
Have you had that decompression shit?
No, the one with the spine goes like
When he puts the thing around like a noose around their neck and then just fucking yanks them. And
it's because I feel like some of them aren't genuine chiropractor stuff that you see on. Well, I never had a fucking noose around the neck going like, no, say you have, and then go fucking kick you in the back of the neck. It is very, like, the dude got on top of me.
Aye.
And I was like, I was howling. His name was Ken, and he was from Canada.
Right. Because he is. It's sexual. When I've seen them do it to chicks, I'm like that. This guy's.
Yeah, you could have done that without.
Because I don't know if it's one of those urban myths, but you don't need any qualifications to be a chiropractor. You don't need to have studied or anything. Like we could set up a chiropractor and chiropractoring business in here.
Do you reckon?
But we do it the opposite way. We disable people. we take the very, very able and fuck them up.
It says here you're an Olympic sprinter.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah.
Now you're a Paralympic swimmer.
All right, take your trousers off. Why? It's a shoulder problem. Take your fucking trousers off. Do you know, like, they always tell you to breathe out, before they go do something. They're like, just breathe out now. And you're like, do you know what the problem is? Chiropractors, it feels class there, and then it feels class for about half an hour afterwards. And I've just felt that afterwards I've been like, this solved nothing.
Yeah.
It is like a release. It's a nice release.
I mean, I like the idea of it. I like the idea of all I am is one good chiropractor session away from sorting my fucking life out.
I'm all about that stuff. Yeah.
Like that.
That's why I went.
I have this genuine thing wherever I'm going about miserable as sin and going, I'm just missing something. There's one thing, right? It's either a book I've not read or it's a meditation thing I've not done. Or it's like it's a experimental drug I've not taken, but I'm so close. I'm so close to just being totally sorted.
Yeah. No, I did it. I had that whole fucking, I cracked left shoulder, so I was getting in with him, and he was full of like you could tell. Well, put it like this: he had shorts on and sandals. And I was like, "This isn't
a medical professional doesn't wear that uniform to work."
Yeah, no, and I think there's a lot of doctors and physios. If I'm thinking, are also like, don't go and see them people. Fuck that.
Aye.
Do you ever see the ones doing it to dogs on TikTok?
No.
Oh, there's dog chiropractors where they're cracking dogs' necks and stuff.
Jesus
And
Christ.
the dogs are always like stunned. But also, you can tell that they loved it, but
My
they're
dog
also
would
just...
have no idea what the fuck's going on.
The dog
like.
just went like, there's so many of the dogs just kind of go, what the
Yeah.
fuck was that? You just break my neck, you little cunt.
Is that camera definitely recording?
Little standby
I
red.
can't see the-
There's a tiny
I've
little
got to
red.
start wearing my contacts and my glasses so I can actually see shit.
I'm going to make sure. It's there. I should have given it a wee kiss.
Do you know what I...
Kiss for the fans.
You know, I saw yesterday, I took Isla to... My kids love, right? And it's an expensive thing. My kids ask to go to Starbucks, right?
Okay.
They
what,
don't
an
get,
odd, what an odd thing to...
Yeah, they don't get coffee or anything. They get, like... Because when Starbucks started doing, like... They get this thing called strawberry acai, right?
Oh, I know this
With
stuff.
lemonade. And it's basically strawberry juice.
Is it not like real healthy?
Lemonade. I don't think
It is. I think,
Is it?
I think acai or ACAI.
Oh, aye, it's like a superfood, but
Aye.
there's no way this isn't like the strawberry syrup they put in it is going to
Okay,
be full
right,
of all
right.
sorts of shit. But I mean, I get it for them; it's tasty as fuck. But we went yesterday
That's the most middle
to get
class.
them. Oh, it's incredibly, it's ridiculously
That's-
middle class, and it costs a fortune. I mean, like there's, I
can't afford the
I'm not
electricity.
happy. I'm not happy with this situation in the slightest.
We'll make our own at the house.
And,
It's not the same, Dad.
we saw a woman ordering a drink for her dog, right? And I was like, "What is going on here?" And Isla said to me, she was like, "Have you never heard of it's called a puppuccino?"
Oh, Jesus
Right?
fucking
And
Christ.
she was like, "They're free," right? And I was like, "What?" And so it's in an actual Starbucks cup, and
Yeah.
it's essentially just frothed up cream.
But we had that, but that was for babies. We called them baby chinos.
Oh, you can still get the baby chino, yeah.
But that's milk.
Now they give it to dog. It's
So it's a
literally
dog-
just cream.
What do you call it? A puppuccino?
Puppuccino. They're free. And I was like, well, I was like, Tyler, I was like, why don't we just order a puppuccino each and say we've kept the dogs in the car and then we're just getting a free cup of cream? Like, but it was fucking...
Guys, for a couple of creams.
It was amazing watching this because
I would never have the balls to go in anywhere and order my dog and anything.
No.
It's like...
The owner, she ordered like a coffee or something, and then she sat down with it, and then just held out this cup of cream, and the dog. I've never seen a dog go at anything.
Loved it.
Fucking Jesus! It was like the way an XL bully goes after a baby. It was just like this thing.
Oh, give me that face.
My God, it was slobbering at it like it couldn't lick it quick enough. It was
God.
mental.
I mean, you looking at the dog thinking the same? Couldn't like that quick enough. Nah, but do you think that? Right? Do you think that's amazing by Starbucks if all their employees, like the head honchos, as they say, are sitting around the table going like, the next step is to get animals into this.
Yeah.
If we can somehow
Aye,
get
I
animals to
know.
pay for this,
Oh God, yeah.
you're like, fuck humans. That's only
Yeah.
7 billion.
That
we need
happens,
more.
That happens in the film Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Oh no, I know it, but I haven't.
It's like the
barely
Scrooge
remember
story,
it.
but it's
Alright.
in that he's a TV executive and his boss keeps saying that they're not utilising the fact that there's like 80 million pets in America, and that's an audience that they're just not capturing. So they start
Oh, okay.
making TV programs. It's literally just someone ringing a bell. It's like,
That's excellent. Big fan of it. You were talking about all that stuff to get yourself ready. Have you ever tried acupuncture?
no, I
No.
think that's a load of shit.
It worked. Well, it didn't work for me, but
Right.
like I went to an acupuncturist and I got home
Worked for this heroin addict. I know.
Yeah, for like, yeah. Do you know what, the only thing it did was it killed my voodoo doll.
Fuck, that's such a stupid piece of shit. Not even thought it's too early now. Should have saved that. I'd have got that later.
Nah, I know. I'm not. I
I
can't clip that one.
quite fancy that hot stone thing. That looks
Why?
good.
Why the hell's acupuncture bullshit? And then like you have the hot stone.
I just feel the hot stone would be a lot more pleasurable. I don't think acupuncture would be pleasurable in the slightest.
yeah, that's
But
true.
a hot
I always feel like
stone in your back
you'd
would be.
fall off the table as well. Fall
Yeah,
off
that's
the table
true.
and land on your back.
Yeah.
Not with the stones. That's fine. I mean, like just
Aye, that's true. Aye.
yeah. All it needs is all I'm saying with acupuncture. A leg breaks and that little fucking thing, and next thing you tumble over and you're like, no, I have to land face front, land on your back.
Like a cat.
And you've been impaled. Like, you have to go, you have to be like a cat.
What was the other? Have you ever
Hot
seen
stones.
that? Hot stone is fine. You ever seen that thing where they put like big sucky cups in the back?
Aye. You can
That
see
looks
that,
intense.
and
that,
they leave big marks. So
yeah, big welts. Oh
Welts.
Jesus. Two things I want to talk about before we get into the masterpiece of this week's film.
Yeah.
Matthew Perry died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got there
Which-
at like 1 a.m.
Which listen, right, here's the reason I wanted to bring it up was I wanted to ask you this, right? I'm not going to take the piss out of it because I loved Friends. I think Friends is unfairly criticised.
I do. I liked it too.
I think it's a great show. I think Matthew Perry was class on it. He was also class in, you ever see the programme Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip?
No.
That's really good. That's really,
Is it?
really
Okay.
good. Aye. But do you get sad when celebrities die?
Yes.
You do?
About two. Two have gotten me, maybe.
Right.
Three have gotten me, actually. Two. The big two was MCA. When MCA died in the Beastie Boys, I was devastated.
Uh-huh.
I was devastated when Cranberries, O'Rourke died. And then I died. Then I died. Actually, you know what? Norm MacDonald was pretty depressing.
Right.
I didn't
okay.
cry. I didn't get
This is what I'm trying to get at. Are you devastated? Like you said, devastated. Were you actually devastated?
Oh, no.
No.
No,
You think it's sad?
Yeah, I went,
You're
that's a
gutted.
shame. A little bit gutted for about an hour.
Yeah, but you're not. You wouldn't. This is my point is, right? I get you can be very, very fond of someone. I get you can be a massive fan of someone, but it can't ruin. You can't, like, I remember when Bowie died, right? And I heard of people taking the fucking day off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not. I think unless you've met the person
Yeah,
and you
no,
have an
I
actual relationship with them,
I agree.
I don't think you can be.
Shed it here.
I don't think you can be sad. I think, well, sad in a way. I don't think you can grieve.
Disappointed.
I don't think you can grieve. Yeah,
Disappointed.
perturbed.
You've dived.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've been gutted. I was gutted when Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters
Aye.
died because when it's
Not
someone,
me.
when it's I know, but when it's someone, new guy's better.
It's always grim when that happens. It happens all the time. Get a new young guy and he's unbelievable and you're like, bastard.
I think when people like that come out of the blue, you go, that's a shame, right? That is a shame. And see when people have still got stuff to give,
Yeah.
they've still got work to give.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, because I was gutted when Connery died,
Yeah.
right? But I was more gutted. I'd never met the man. I was a huge fan. He was like my proper hero when I was younger. Because when I was younger, I wanted to slap women about.
He's the only one that said it.
Then I found out he was Bond. I was like, oh my God, this guy's got everything. I was gutted about that, but I was more sad about the fact that it was an indication of me getting older and my childhood passing.
Yeah.
That's what I get sad about. I'm not going, oh God, I can't, like, I'm so fucking grief-stricken that I can't.
Yeah, grief stricken or anything. No. When you said thing, I was just like, the same way I'd be sad if I broke my earphones. And like if I broke a pair of earphones, I'd be like an hour going, fuck, that's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Norm MacDonald's a good example, right? Because you're a huge fan of his work, and also he would have gone on to make other specials.
Yeah.
So you're not just gutted that someone you like you're gutted because you won't get to see stuff he could have produced.
Right, yeah.
Right? If the likes of Jack Nicholson dies now, or you go, like when Roger Moore died, I was gutted. But I was never going, fuck, I'll not get to see some of the masterpieces that Roger Moore was planning
Matthew
and coming
Perry's
out
like
with at 95 years
Yeah,
old. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So yeah, Matthew Perry wasn't going to really do a huge lot else. I mean, I know like you did other work he did outside of entertainment was very worthwhile, but I find it very mawkish. I think you can absolutely, because I put up a status myself online and said it's gutting. I thought the man was class in Friends. I thought Friends was a great show. It's very, very sad that a man of only that age has died. But at no point am I going to go, oh my God, I am in floods of tears.
Ringing up your work.
Yeah, that genuinely...
Bing's gone.
I know.
Bing's gone.
Genuinely saw that. Bowie was the main one. People were like, I'm so like...
Oh, I told you about me in New York when Jackson died.
No.
Oh, well, when I was...
Michael.
Yeah.
Jesse.
Randy. I was in New York when Randy Jackson died, boys. No, I came out of the... well, I was about to say... I don't know if I was homeless at that time or it was the hostel. But anyway, still in that hostel life. Came out of the hostel in Harlem. So I was staying beside the Apollo when Michael Jackson died. So when I came out, there was like 1,000 people already just wandering around the street. And I hadn't heard in tears. And I was with my friend Jim and I was like, oh my God, we must be here for a terrorist attack. Because everybody's in tears. I was like, what could this be? And I was like, oh my God, we're here for another 9/11. You know? Yeah. So I wandered in and I was like, what's happened? And they were like, Michael Jackson's dead. And I was like, what? It was the most eerie thing I've ever seen. There was about 1,000 people crying at that stage. We stayed there for about an hour and then it was about 500,000 people arrived. Because it's the Apollo where Jackson 5 and all that. And they had a big board up and people were in tears. Like,
I can imagine that'll be... Yeah. It's like, do you know... that public show of affection, it's probably not public show of affection, public show of distress and grief, I can't get on board with
I broke Tom Petty's death mid-gig.
Really?
And someone in the... thinking like nobody would be that much into Tom Petty. And someone in the front row just went, what?
See,
and then there's a picture of me like dying. Laura Byrne took a picture of me on stage, like laughing my head off. And it's because the person was just like, she wasn't crying, but she was just like, he's like my hero. He's my hero forever. And they go, when did he die? And I was like 20 minutes ago.
Aye.
She was like, oh, it was so funny. In fairness, I had a great thought of it. I don't think there'd be a mad Tom Petty fan here in Whelan's in Dublin.
Diana started that.
Oh, you reckon it was Diana?
I think Diana
started the hysteria.
I think Diana was the first time that, particularly in Britain, I imagine Americans have always done it. Americans probably didn't do it before JFK. JFK was probably the first American big death where people were out in the streets wailing.
Aye, proper Hollywood death as well.
Aye. But Diana, no one ever was in the street fucking chucking flowers at a car wailing before that. I put Diana's death down to the ruination of this country.
Okay,
that is genuinely the day
but then again,
that I believe
this
country went to shit.
Yeah. You had pinpointed 97.
Yeah. Because, I tell you why, right? Because in that same week, Heat magazine was launched as well.
Okay.
Before that, right? Before that, you had probably the best time of all, the mid-90s, right? And then after that, things just got steady. Not immediately.
Hysteria.
Things get
Y2K
steadily shitter.
I think it was the closing of Mr. Blobbyland myself.
Mr. Blobby had land?
Do you not know Mr. Blobbyland? It's deserted. Check this up, everybody. There's look, I got this weird thing about deserted places. I know a lot about deserted places. But Blobbyland was like a really small Mr. Blobby place where little blobby houses and shit, and it's abandoned, but it's all overgrown now, which makes it even more terrifying. It's like wandering around a Jurassic Park, but it's all Mr. Blobby shit.
Good God.
I want to go and see it. I don't know where it is, actually. Can't remember.
I'm amazed, because did you know Mr. Blobby as a celebrity in Ireland? Because you went to Hadball's house party, but did you?
Well, that's UTV, isn't it?
I don't know.
So we have BBC and
it's a mad show.
We have BBC and we have UTV, which means it was just ITV, but like ran any regional shows changed to Northern Irish, but you'd still have.
That's like STV up in Scotland.
Yeah. So exactly.
We
UTV. We just had Julian Simmons, that guy. You know Julian Simmons, really camp guy.
Kiss.
Real camp guy.
Gene
Simmons. Because I was sitting there going like, is it Gene? I was like, fuck, did I fuck his name? I used to introduce Coronation Street by like going like, here's these dirty two little fucking finions going to go at it today at Coronation Street. How can you go about life not knowing this?
What?
I'm going to play this over the volume here too, right? So he was basically like, he was just introduced Coronation Street, right? How do you not know this cunt? Julian Simmons. Somebody's already got these ready. Right, so look, this guy. Right, so we'll get through this dominoes, right? So if you don't know this guy introduced the shows on UTV.
But now in the UTV wise that some girls just don't realise that once a lying, cheating, two-timing bigamist, always a lying, cheating, two-timing bigamist. A leopard never changes its spots, especially when it's got a nose like a cooker hood in Coronation Street.
There's hundreds of them. There's
amazing.
hundreds of. Because they got a nose like a cooker hood.
Fucking class.
You watch them. If you like, it's a brilliant podcast too. Shane Todd. Shane Todd has him on once or twice every year, like randomly.
That guy?
Yeah, gets him on. Shane gets him in, and he's a riot.
That's absolute class. I'm amazed nobody ever kicked the shit out of Mr. Blobby.
Oh, well, yeah. So reckon it.
Annoying wang.
I never got it. I don't think you had to get it. I never understood it.
Do you remember when Noel Edmonds killed a kid?
No.
Allegedly. Do you know what?
Was it the last one you fought when I fought Barrymore killed a kid?
Oh yeah, no, but this is true. Well, it might. Well, there was rumours when I was younger that Noel Edmonds, because he used to be mad into helicopters. Noel Edmonds, and there was one time he used to do like rides for the kids to go up in the helicopter, and one time a kid died on it, and it just got covered up. Because he was like the biggest TV star at the time. The kid got fucking died.
That's so funny. Oh, I hope. What would be like?
That might be.
It's
do you know what? That might not even be a story. It might be something I've just
it's one of those
made up in my own head.
Yeah. Like I've had a few of that. Imagine you think like Holly Willoughby owned slaves or something. They covered it up.
What's the other one?
This morning when I went to
Pat
shit.
Collin told me was Michael Aspel was Mel B's dad.
I remember someone told me that Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito were actually cousins. You're just like, what?
Oh, what a film when we do twins.
Oh,
what a
yeah.
film that would be.
Yeah.
Right, we better get to this week's film.
Yeah, because this one, we went real change of gears here.
Yes. Because of Halloween special last week and then back to normal this week, we did the Wayans brothers masterpiece, White Chicks.
Yeah, they're like the Nolan brothers to me.
Oh, God, I didn't realise there were three of them.
The other one writes it.
Yeah, so Sean, Marlon, and Keenan?
I don't know.
Ivory Keenan? Is that right? I think he's got a double-barreled name. But he's the writer.
Okay, right. Yeah. Marlon, which one's that? The less funny one, but the more handsome one?
That's
Marlon, isn't it?
I think that's Marlon.
And then the other Wayans brother is the one that's in more things like Scary Movie.
Yeah, he's the one with the like the kind of. He's the one that's basically most of his jokes are just mental facial expressions that he can make. Yeah. Like he gets his face squashed against shit. Quite a lot. In every single film.
Yeah, slowly dragging his face down.
Yeah.
You get that? Don't touch the moneymaker. Don't touch my rubbery face, rubbery cheeks.
Now I thought I had seen this.
You don't think you've seen this?
I hadn't seen it. Right?
Great.
And do you know, not only had I not seen it, I hadn't seen any of this at all. I assumed I'd seen the whole film. Then as I was watching it, I was like, I've not seen this whole I must have just seen clips of this. And then I was like, I've never seen anything to do with this film. I have genuinely...
You just chose a film and...
I just thought... It's just in the kind of...
I've done
back
this.
of my mind
I've
going...
done this with you. Was it like 40-year-old version? I was like, I actually haven't seen any of this.
Yeah. I mean, it is... In terms of... We've already talked about this with some of the Seth Rogen films. Of films that could only be made in a particular time period.
That little era, yeah.
This is the Gone with the Wind of those films because fuck me.
The Gone with the... Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
Like, it's so... this is why I have two... I remember recently, we took an edible, me and Sloss here, and we watched Scary Movie 2.
Oh,
and I was like, "This is
another way."
And I screamed laughing the whole way through it. So inappropriate, so fucked. Like, just couldn't be made anymore. White Chicks is the same. I loved it. I shot myself laughing about 5-6 times. I don't remember it at all.
I was laughing a lot.
I can never tell anymore if you build it up because we were doing the podcast
I know.
and stuff, or if it was randomly on, would I have loved it so much. But we have to. It's a good thing about this podcast because you're actually paying attention to the film.
Yeah.
As in, sometimes you'd be watching White Chicks and stuff, and my head would go off for 25 minutes, and I'd come back and go like,
Yeah. I mean, I still don't know what the film's about.
No.
I was thinking about this in the car over, and I was like, I don't actually know the plot of that film.
Why did they go undercover again?
Well, from what I can gather from my hazy memory of watching it, is the dad from Home Alone is like a rich society dude.
Yes.
And because I was like,
I didn't even put that together.
Two chicks that they pretend to be his daughters, but they're not. His daughters are the other two that are their rivals.
Oh yeah, they just
and
want to
then
get
there's some plot about them being kidnapped, so they then have to catch the kidnappers. But then I don't understand why they don't just, when the Wayans brothers pick up the two girls, why they don't just hide them in witness protection. Because then they won't be kidnapped.
They're setting a trap, but really it's the worst type of trap. You also can still set a trap with half the FBI around and kind of bait them out. What their idea was to...
Because it turns out like the dad from Home Alone's skint at the end.
Yes, that's right.
But he is the kidnapper. And then I'm like, was the whole plot he was going to kidnap the two of them and then ransom them so he
Must be.
Genuinely very confused by the entire film.
Do you know what? The one thing I really appreciated about this film, I think is the funniest thing throughout all of it, is the fact that this film could have been funny if they were struggling. It could have been funny, but meh, if they were struggling to pass off. The fact that no matter where they went, their friends were like, hey, as if it's them, is so much funnier than the opposite.
It's insane. The minute they walk out the car and they get up, there's guys hitting on them. There's like, the cunts are 6'2", built like a brick shit house. And like I said to you last week, they actually look more black when they're done up as white chicks than they are when they're just normal black dudes.
Like albino.
It's fucking incredible. They're the ugliest two people you've ever seen in
they
your
look
life.
like they're wearing the Jason mask.
Yes.
It's like their face. It's like two Jason masks with a blonde wig.
Who's this bizarre guy they get in to do it? Suddenly this scientist turns up
with
an entire team.
It's like the same guy from Face Off. I'll switch your faces. He's like, I can make you a woman.
There is like a lab kind of thing where he's actually spray painting them white. Do you reckon they did? Because none of it makes sense, right? Because when
the FBI signed off on this.
Right, don't even... Aye. But there's a bit, right? I don't know why this pissed me off, right? At the start, the dude that's the police chief, who's the same guy in The Wire.
Oh, yeah. What's his name?
I
know him.
He basically only
Bob Moreland, isn't
he only ever plays angry police chiefs, basically. So when he's railing on the Wayans brothers for fucking up the operation at the start, which that scene is going to be about a 20-minute conversation. When he's saying that you're off this case now, and then they start protesting, and then he's like that. If you're not, if you're lucky, I won't be setting you a new assignment in Iraq. The FBI have no jurisdiction in Iraq. What are you talking about? Like, what operations are the FBI running in Iraq?
What a threat as well. They send you to Iraq if you don't fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. I was just doing financial crime a minute ago. You fucked this up one more time. You're in the front lines of Ukraine.
When they...
Fuck it out. I can't remember that actor's name, the Wire guy. I said Bunk Born, it's not him. It's
not Bunk.
Fraser is the actor's name.
It's not Frankie something.
Frankie Faison. Faison. Is that his name?
It's definitely not Bunk.
It's not Bunk.
But when they first put all the prosthetics and stuff on, it takes a team of 30 scientists. Yet the Wayans brothers managed to do it within 5 minutes.
Every time.
In a hotel room when somebody knocks on the door. Like, how are they spray painting? Do you reckon they
That's
did?
right. Yeah.
Do you reckon they spray painted it all, or just the
Oh yeah, I reckon
the
they
visible things?
They must have only been visible. Up to there.
Did they do their cocks? Is what I'm asking.
Proper farmers.
Do you reckon they've spray painted their cocks white?
Wait, did they? And they shaved 2 inches off it.
Why no? They'd have to shave more than 2 inches off it. What? That's not even like a. That's not even a black dudes have bigger cocks than white dudes. They're women. If they shave 2 inches off, they're not going fucking size of the clitoris on these two chicks. Jesus Christ.
I forgot about the whole plot line there. The thing.
They're not pretending to be white dudes.
White dudes. White bros.
Oh, because it's a bit weird when they're at the dinner and one of them like is being disgusting to put off Terry Crews, and she opens up her belly and the belly's all done white, but then there's just black hair soaking out through the paint.
Oh, it's fucking great. I love that. Do you know that you know that the film's going to be rowdy is the word I'd use when the very first scene just involves mad racism. They haven't pretend to be Mexican.
It's not even like they don't even give it a second. It's just
sure,
racism right from the start.
Straight off the bat, you know, as much as it was like Rush Hour.
Aye, but like
They played La Bamba because he's a Mexican.
he only speaks in Hispanic songs, and then he translates for them.
Oh, I was like, geez, I couldn't. That was
Latin American people must be sitting there watching the start of this, going, "Why are you involving us? We've got literally nothing to do with this. This is clearly a racist white-black film. Why are we getting dragged into this?"
And also, there is no story arc for us to come back. Even some sort of remote thing that this is a joke.
Even
we covered Mexicans. That's
even
that.
that first bit when they go in, so like he's playing maracas. He's just dancing in a shop playing maracas. Hey there, gringo! Hello! And then the drug dealers come, who they think's the drug dealers, and they're Eastern European, and even they're like, "We have got the merchandise for you."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Tell him to put the money in the bag.
Oh God, that's right. They ended up being fucking.
They were just genuine ice cream sellers.
That's right. And he goes into the bucket, right? And I have actually done this before, you know. And I was like, he just got a wild scoop. He took about 2 liters of ice cream and went, "Oh, it's not drugs." And I'm like, what if it was? What if it was? You have a whole 2 days there to come.
Fucked.
I did that once at a birthday party when I was like fucking young. Went like that. And I was like, oh no, it is. I thought somebody was lying. And I went, well, that's my.
It was what?
It was like MDMA.
At a birthday party? How old were you?
Oh, I was about 25, I'd say.
Oh, right, I thought this was a kid's birthday party. I was like, this is a mad story. Like,
no, I was like 25.
Oh, that?
But I got angry
aye.
that some guy was just like, look at all this drugs I have. And I go, I was like, don't do it. Don't whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I went to like thing and I went, oh my God, what the hell's that? Just rinse out my mouth going, well, let's see how this goes.
Wow, racism right from the start.
Yeah, he calls him Blackie Chan.
Right.
Doesn't he?
I have got all of the racial slurs that they right. So
you taking that in a racial slur database?
He calls him Blackie Chan, right? So first of all, I was like, then when the Wayans brothers go to pick up the actual 2 white chicks, they walk past them and go, "Excuse me, we've already donated to the United Negro Fund." Oh God! Right. Then when Terry Crews is standing above one of them on the beach, she calls him Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And I know they're trying to go, it's 2 black people technically, so this should be. But you're like,
when he's going out on a date with him, he says, "Why do I have to go out with Buffy the White Girl Slayer?"
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Do you know, for 2 policemen, it looked like they both have never held a gun before as well.
No, wild.
Weren't they? The technique was like, hold it, everybody.
When
and
they
I was
go
like, what's going on
at the
here?
start, when they're chasing the actual ice cream drug dealers, they just wildly shoot in the street, and there's pedestrians just walking about. They're not even aiming; they're just aiming at a truck just going like this.
They're stealing ice cream.
And how are they so hard?
Yeah.
The main ice cream Eastern European dude's solid as fuck. Yet he puts up a decent fight against them.
Good. God bless the Wayans, hey.
Oh god.
They'd never fucking. I just imagine if you were saying that the guys from The Wire, but imagine if it was based in the same world,
the same universe.
So he comes back from Jimmy McNulty, and he meets the two Wayne brothers who want to dress up as women. And he's like, just fucking do it. We're sending you to the docks if you fuck this up. Isn't that what they always did in The Wire? You're sent to the docks, but in this, he sends you to Iraq. You don't worry, Jimmy. They sent some people to Iraq.
There's two. Do you know what? I got distracted and bored of this actual storyline. As soon as Terry Crews comes in, I'm like, I could just happily watch this.
Oh, he's so good. He's so funny.
It's nearly 2 hours long.
For no reason.
Because I didn't, right.
He is the star.
Again, I thought I knew who Terry Crews was. And I realised I don't. The only reason I knew Terry Crews from that, you know that, what's that show in America where they would mime songs? The lip sync battle thing. Yeah. So he did that. And did he present, like, does he present show in America or something?
I don't know. I just know him from lots of films.
Is he in Brooklyn?
Yeah, he's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Is he not? Was he not in Everybody Hates Chris?
I don't know. I've never seen that.
Yeah, he was the dad.
Pretty sure he's been in Expendables films.
Yeah,
so
he was in one or two, but he was an NFL player. Not a great one, but
he was an NFL player. See, I thought he was. I always thought Terry Crews was a UFC fighter.
No. I don't think. No, he was. He did present, and he was in a lot of TV shows and in a lot of movies. But he was in a couple of very big ones.
If he's an NFL player in real life, why not just make him an NFL player in this? Because at the start, I didn't know who he was. I thought he was like, I just thought he was like a really rich dude that hung about with these. And then, this guy's famous. And then I was like, he's a sports star. And then he's a basketball star.
Too ripped for it.
But he's got the least basketball physique I've ever seen in my life. He'd be a terrible basketball player.
Yeah. He doesn't even have that, like, the only person I was like Shaquille O'Neal, but his is more, Shaquille's like more taller and rangier.
He's just a tank, aye.
He'd be bouncing the ball like this.
Aye.
Because his arms don't close.
But fuck, he's funny.
He's absolutely brilliant. I know it's
so funny.
I know it's an obvious thing because like it's always viral and you'll see that clip all the time of him singing the song and in a ring in the car, but he's brilliant.
That song as well.
Yeah,
it's hugely underrated. Like I really do like that song.
Making my way, it's great.
Making my way downtown.
So when when I was a kid, I was always waiting for it to get plowed by like I'm going some of this by like a truck because the mess would be amazing. When I was a kid, look, this is where my mind went watching the video. Do you remember the video? She goes down the street.
Is she playing a piano?
And the piano's going down like the.
Has the piano got wheels?
Yeah. Right. And you know, it's going down. I'm pretty sure it's going down that Bullet Street in San Francisco. That's and everything.
What?
And she's like,
that's mad.
And I was like, she just gets caught in the crossroad. The mess. I've just had a woman on a piano. When I was a kid, I was like, am I obliterated? There's some wee Canadian woman in bits. Piano keys everywhere. She just came out of nowhere. She was on a piano. She was good. She was good.
Did she ever do anything else, Vanessa Carlton?
So I know someone, I've met someone who's a massive Vanessa Carlton fan, genuinely, because I always ask him, like, what do you mean? She only had one song? And he's like, this is where people are always wrong. She has sold 30 million albums. But I think so. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But I figured you have to be really into, I think she has her own little...
Her own wee audience. Aye.
Yeah, her own wee audience, but that was the big one. It is a belter.
Oh, it's a cracking song, aye. But like his...
I remember there was a wee dog. What was the wee dog in the window? That made me fucking howl. That's when it first got me. In comedy films, something gets me, and then I'm in.
The wee poodle.
The wee dog in the window. What was the dog doing? Oh,
because there's a really weird bit where a guy starts getting off with a dog.
No, not that. That was mental. What was that about?
Such a bizarre scene.
Do you know what? Just fuck that dog.
But that whole scene, right, is played for laughs.
Yeah.
And also incredibly troubling.
Yeah.
Because so up until that point, Terry Crews has been quite a kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, he's horny as fuck. Like he is just a big horny guy.
It's so funny.
This week.
Yeah, that's the horny guy. Yeah.
And he's just wanting to pump. Even at the start, where because he's trying to fire into the Wayans brother. As the white chick. He says, you know what they say, once you go black, you're going to need a wheelchair. Fucking hell. And then a white woman in a wheelchair comes past and goes, hey, Latrell. And he's just shacked a woman into a wheelchair.
Oh, it's so great. Oh, fuck me. Do you know what I was thinking about who they looked like? They look like Gary Busey now.
Yeah.
I bet Gary Busey, like...
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's even better what they definitely look like. Do you know when Gordon Ramsay kept going undercover?
Yes.
He was doing like...
Yes.
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, yes.
2 Gordon Ramsays.
The worst prosthetics ever.
Yeah. The one he looked like a fucking pilot, but it looked like his head was about to explode, like he was in big trouble in Little China.
Have you seen that interview with Gary Busey? Where he talks about like the blood sausage.
Yeah.
I thought when I first saw that, I thought, oh, this is someone that's like as a parody and has spliced this together.
No,
I never realised it was a genuine interview.
Oh yeah, no.
Talk about blood sausage.
Have you not seen his TikTok?
No.
Gary Busey's TikTok is genuinely alarming.
Oh man.
Oh, go get on that.
We've not done a Gary Busey film yet.
Oh, he's fried. He's fried.
Oh, that is is that drugs?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's with blood sausages. I feel like it has to be. I don't think it's a cold anyway.
But that scene. So up until this point, Terry Crews has been quite a kind of charming, funny, and then
he just starts.
He goes up to the bar to those two like frat boy dicks. And he says, and the guy's like, "You hitting that?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm trying, man, but I can't break through." And then he basically just goes, "Sprinkle a couple of these in our drink," and he's like, "Oh, will that work?" And then you're just like, so we've now gone from, but that scene is him trying to drug her to have sex with her, then a guy who's taking the roofies and is getting off with a dog. But at the same time, there's a dance-off. You're like, what the fuck is going on in this film?
It's so funny that is known as, like, on 2004.
Yeah.
That was like this will be hilarious. Just do a wee drug. Now we're watching it going like, he's just trying to rape her.
I know.
like Terry Crews, of all people, should know better.
Yes.
Been sexually assaulted himself.
Has he?
Oh, you laughed. Oh, have you not heard it?
Again, I thought I knew who Terry Crews was. I'm just
Terry
finding
Crews
out a lot about the man.
Terry Crews was a part of the Me Too thing. A movie producer sexually assaulted Terry Crews in one of the most brazen attempts.
What size was this movie
you know,
producer?
You're always like, they're like, oh, don't believe women and all. I'm like, Terry Crews? I'm like, and they might have went through some shit women, like if people are fucking trying to molest Terry Crews.
So it was a movie producer?
I think it was a movie producer, I'm pretty sure.
Was this
kind of like a Brendan Fraser type thing?
Was this when he was like established or well known?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was well known and everything.
Fucking hell.
Wild. Yeah. Can't remember what it was or anything like that, but like Terry Crews was...
That's mad.
Like, imagine. Yeah.
Jesus.
Do you know there's another really sinister scene when all the white girls are in the car and say the N-word? And then they're like, there's nobody around.
Comes on, yeah.
Nobody around.
Did you just say the N-word? Why? There's no one around. And then they just get into it. Like, oh.
Do you reckon that's probably the scene all them actresses are just sitting every day going like,
oh, God.
They're doing like this, like, oh, that's going to come out. That's going to be shown again. I'm not going to have nothing to say about it.
Jesus.
She calls him a monkey, doesn't she? And pepper sprays him as well.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
Like it's just mental.
I mean,
I get that is the joke they're trying to do, black and white thing.
There's a joke at the end when Sean or Marlon Wayans reveals himself and takes a mask off to Terry Crews, and he doesn't get mad about the fact that it's a dude. He just gets mad about the fact that he's not white.
Oh, yeah,
and then he says like a proper racial slur, which I'm not going to do because even though it's in the film, I'm not fucking stupid. But I'm like, did he genuinely just say that? Like, this is unbelievable. Like, and it wasn't even like a current racial slur. It was like fucking proper.
Back in the day.
Like really fucking Wild West, John Wayne shit. Like,
that's what I meant to say. John Wayne in 2004, basically. Oh, fuck me. The dance-off, yeah. It's just, I know you hookers don't think it's over. He calls them hookers. I kept going like, that's such a funny word.
Hooker, yeah.
Call someone a hooker. It's so old-fashioned, but I loved it.
The dance-off is fucking ridiculous.
I feel like the script was written by people who, the Wayans brothers, who have never actually met women before, which is even funnier.
Yeah,
because the women, their characters are also unbelievably shallow, which is even funnier.
Oh yeah,
for me, I'm watching it going, but I'm watching it going, this is.
Oh, they're very shallow. Although some of it is like some, I laughed a lot at the bit where when they go shopping, right, and because they're trying to find a dress for this ball, and one of the Wayans brothers is in trying on a dress that's clearly too. I mean, obviously being a man, they try to get this fucking thing out, and then there's a hilarious because his wife thinks he's constantly cheating on him, and then there's the misunderstanding on the phone where the female shop assistant comes in and goes, "Here, just squeeze it in there. I know it's tight, but here, I'll hold it open for you while you put it in," and all this kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then the other Wayans brother is helping one of their sorority girl society pals, and she's going, "Oh, you look really good in that," and she starts going, "What? I look so fat. Oh, look, who's that speaking? Oh, it's Betty Backfat."
Betty Backfat.
I was really laughing at that.
I could call you that for now. Buckfast Betty. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. I was screaming hysterical. You know, he gets his job, but they lose their jobs eventually, a bit of it, to get off the case, like every single thing, and then get it back. But in real life, really, if you were checked out the thing and then you went and did it and solved the crime, they're just like, no, this can be used in court. You fucked the case more, and you obviously aren't getting your job back. That's what I want to say in every single cop film that this happens. But he gets his job back and then calls your man Captain Denzel.
I know.
It's like, fuck me. You can have your job back.
That guy, those two guys, when he catches him sniffing the pants.
That guy always plays such. Do you know that guy?
I know his face. I don't know what else.
Do you know he's in like loads of stuff, and he's always a stupid character like that. He's always a ridiculous. I remember him from Night at the Roxbury.
Oh yeah.
He's Night at the Roxbury. He's one of the.
Guys, I love the two of them.
Yeah,
and with the questions he keep asking him, and then just leaves it hanging.
Yeah,
where he's like that. Right, here's one for you: Pamela Anderson or Carmen Electra, but they both have yeast infections. And he goes, Carmen Electra is disgusting, man. He's got a yeast infection.
Excellent. Oh, fuck me.
Because I was thinking of one on the way over. I've got one for you, right? Would you rather shag your dad dressed as your mum, or your mum dressed as your dad? Like, this is full prosthetics as well.
You have to.
You have
to bang your mother dressed as your dad,
or your mum either your mum, your mum as your dad.
How about this though? I want to know this: is the prosthetics as good as white chicks? As in, will they know?
Well, who know?
Well, would your mother be going, Ryan, why are you banging me dressed as Eugene?
No, you're not dressed as Eugene. No, you're not the one dressed. What the fuck is wrong with you? Why would that be a question? No. Oh, good God.
I thought it was
this is the chopsticks all over again.
I was sitting there going like, God, what a wild question, Nelson.
No, your mum is dressed as Eugene. And Eugene's dressed as your mum.
I'm not dressed up at all.
You're just in normal gear.
Okay, so I'm not.
What a wild situation. Where you're dressed up as either one of your parents.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, No,
Oh,
so,
fuck.
so the prosthetics are better than white chicks, right?
Okay.
They're good. Like they're top of the range, as good as you can get prosthetics, right?
Aye.
But it's your dad as your mum, or your mum as your dad. So either way, so the dilemma is: are you shagging a dude, but it looks as you're doing it, you're shagging a woman?
I think there's more to the dilemma than that.
Well, yeah, that's not the only.
I reckon there's a hell of a lot more to the dilemma than just that. Johnny, I do. I'm like, well, no. I reckon I would shag my dad dressed as my mum. Because
oh God! That's brutal.
because I don't want to go. I don't want to go back up the same pipe I came down.
But that would mean your dad up the ass.
Well, obviously sacrifices have to be made here. If you put me in a dilemma, that something has to happen. Do you know my mum messaged me the last day? She says, "I've just started listening to the podcast. I love it."
Started putting prosthetics on. Here's a dilemma for you, right?
I don't know who my parents are anymore.
When are you over at Christmas? Because your dad have been thinking.
Fuck, I don't like this bit.
So your mum listens to this podcast.
She's just messaged me going, "I've started. Just figured out how to use the fucking Amazon. You're asking me who's going to be buying who dressed as who." Anywhere fucking.
Oh God!
And then I've accidentally went like,
That's so funny.
"Is everyone going to turn up to this weird incest fucking gangbang dressed the same?"
God,
I'll be like, "Oh, I got this all wrong. I dressed up as well."
Oh God! I'm trying to think of more now.
No, well, I want you to answer the same question.
They say no, because you need to ask me a different one. Then.
That's fucking bullshit. I wasn't prepared for some dilemma question.
well, you weren't thinking ahead.
Fuck, marry, kill your children. You're like, there's only two. You gotta do 2 to 1. You gotta do 2 to 1. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm trying to think of another one.
Do you reckon we're going to be able to do a white chicks movie in the future?
No.
Do you reckon that would be blackface? Of course it would. If we went as 2 black women. It's like,
There's a Patreon episode.
There's a pitch in an episode and a half.
Do you remember that? Remember Justin Trudeau?
Oh,
Do
yeah.
you know he went to school with Matthew Perry?
Did he?
He was in the same class as Matthew Perry. I had no idea. I was reading all the tributes and stuff of famous
Matthew
people.
Perry, Canadian.
Yeah. Justin Trudeau, classmate of Matthew Perry, said, "Oh, I used to remember the games we used to play back at school." Remember Trudeau remember he blacked up a lot.
Ah, yeah, a few times, didn't he?
I used to
twice.
have a bit about it, right? And it never really worked. And I think it was I didn't really explain it enough. I just assumed everyone would know that Justin Trudeau was
I thought
being
everyone
caught
would know that.
blacking up.
Yeah.
And the bit used to be, I was like, nobody goes to that many costume parties. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like there must have been some days where he'd come down fully blacked up and somebody's going, "What the fuck are you doing? It's Easter Sunday."
You're right. Jesus wasn't white. He wasn't blue-eyed and white. Oh, God. Can't think of other famous people that have done blackface. Laurence Olivier, but that was like...
Yeah.
I went, but... Well, it's completely uncalled for, but like at least that was in like the 50s. You're like, right.
Yeah. Here's a classic one.
Oh, right.
Would you rather shag a woman, right, that has the body of a human woman and the head of a fish?
What's that? A body of a human woman?
A human woman, but a fish's head.
Yeah.
Or a fish. Oh, wait a minute, no.
Did you want what? Or
the other way around. I'm trying to think. So the body of a human with a fish's head.
Or a mermaid.
Or, yeah.
See, this is odd because I mean, if you have to sleep, your sex banging.
Or full sex, yeah.
Fish head.
You go fish head. Why are you picking the wrong ones all the time?
Well, there's no fucking hole in the other one.
Of course there is.
Why
is there not?
In a mermaid.
You've no idea what a mermaid's
Yeah, also, I'm not saying it's a
genitals are
mermaid.
like.
You said a fish head. Now,
No, they could have just a fish body, like a fish.
Yeah, but it's a head, right? There's a difference between like a mermaid.
Oh no,
right?
It's not.
It's just a fish head.
Yeah.
It's a human head on the rest of it's fish.
Yeah, it's literally a human, and then just the head's a fish, And then the other one, it's all fish, but with a human's head on it.
Okay. Why would you think that a fish body?
Because I just think it's better. I think the visuals.
Just cover up.
I think the visuals are
pillow on the fish head.
I reckon you can blank your mind out to shagging any particular thing, but the visuals are what is going to stay with you. And I would rather be slobbering about in a fish.
Don't use the word slobbering.
But with a human person looking back at me, rather than have the feeling of shagging a human, but then having a fish looking back at me.
Yeah.
Plus, you also get to speak to the human with a fish body.
Okay.
Like, this is fucking weird. Like neither of us wants this.
I thought the fish head would be able to speak English.
No, you can't. No, it's not. Don't be so ridiculous.
This is mad. Don't be so ridiculous. Okay, right. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Communicate like, well, what a dilemma we've stuck ourselves into. Okay,
Yeah.
right. Fairness, you've convinced me a little bit.
Aye.
Would the fish body would it like be to scale? Oh, fuck off. Stupid, but it makes sense.
God, I'm so desperate to think of other ones now.
Like, well, just I know that would you rather fight ones? Like, would you fight would you fight like a what is it, 100-sized ducks, horse-sized ducks? Would you fight one horse-sized duck or 100
duck-sized horses?
Yeah. I'd like to fight one horse-sized duck.
Nah, you'd never be able to beat that.
I don't think I think it'll be big, but it'll still be able to punch through the...
It depends how military strategically minded are the duck-sized horses.
Are the duck-sized horses?
Because if they're stupid, because a duck isn't... I don't think a duck's that
but they're
intelligent an animal.
Yeah.
I don't know if a horse is or not, but if they're coming at you one-to-one, I just boot them away constantly. But if they get me in like a pincer movement,
okay,
and then they can overpower me,
you're asking, are they war horses?
Yeah.
Are these war horses? Horses of war.
So I'd go for the 100 small horses.
I don't trust horses.
Wow.
I told you about the horse with me. Did I tell you about that in Grubenvorst in Holland? No. Me and my brother were walking. There's like a Grubenvorst, typical Holland. There's a little. This sounds like a lie, but there's like a little like tiny river, and you had to get a miniature ferry that come over and back, and it's only like literally the length of this. Like you get one car on it, and it goes deep, and then comes back. Very Dutch thing to do. And we're walking back. There's like a big long road back into the little town. It was called Grubenvorst, and there was a horse about 2 fields away. And I was about 15, and Thomas, my brother was about, I don't know, 13 or 12. And I went, "Hey, wanker!" And I called the horse a wanker, and the horse turned around, and the horse started galloping and jumped over the fence and started running, and we fucking screamed.
Jesus.
And I ran up the thing, and I took refuge in the church. There was a church, and I went in, and there's this priest who didn't speak English. I was like, "Horse, there's a horse coming for us." Now, obviously, the horse didn't, because the road was actually slightly higher. The horse never actually jumped on the road. He just heard me calling a wanker and went, and fucking started galloping and Grand National over every fucking thing. I was like, oh my God, this is how I'm going to die. A horse is going to tramp me because I called it a wanker. I take refuge in a fucking church. The priest was so confused. I was like, horse, like a fucking horse. He said, yes, I know what a horse is. It's coming to kill me and my brother. And while I'm here, confession, I did call it a wanker.
Aye. Going back into the state. Why the long face? An Irish guy called me a wanker.
Fuck's sake.
There's always that thing, like, I still warn kids about never stand behind a horse. The horse will kick you. And the horse kick is like the worst thing that can... I was told that as a child, like, I was made to believe that getting kicked by a horse, that was you dead. Like, there was no chance of survival.
It kills loads of people.
Does it, though?
Aye. Fucking cows can even do it.
Aye. Well, aye. I imagine if you get kicked by anything in the chest with decent power behind it. But the fact that horses, the way it was sold to me when I was a kid was horses actively sought out to do this. Like, never ever stand behind a horse because these fuckers are desperate to kick people in the chest. Like, that's literally their thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Would you reckon you'd survive being kicked by a horse?
A Shetland pony.
Yeah.
Batter a Shetland pony.
Do you reckon you'd batter a Shetland pony?
Yeah, easily.
I reckon you would tire yourself out.
I would easily batter a Shetland pony.
You think you'd punch a Shetland pony to death?
Easily. And we can... There's another Patreon we'll do.
Yeah, right. We'll bring one in here.
I'll fight a Shetland pony blacked up.
But like that scene in fucking Django. You try to punch a Shetland pony to death. I reckon we might lose a couple of patrons. We might get some new ones, but not good ones.
Yeah, no.
Red Room fellas.
Yeah.
A couple of Red Room fellas.
There's that other thing, you always have to feed a horse open palmed.
Right.
Yeah. You ever done that? No. Because it will take your fingers off.
Oh, I had that with emus.
You have to do that.
Emus.
Emus?
Yeah, we had an emu farm near the house.
And you have to feed them?
Yeah, you had to do that. They like that because they'll also go and they snap your fingers off. And they were always like, our school always went to the emu farm as like a fucking cheap fucking day out for the kids or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, you don't do this. You hold your hand like that, and they'll go for the cornflakes. They eat cornflakes. And they're like, remember these, but don't, because they'll bite your fingers off. And I even at like 7 years old, I'm like, well, then why are you getting children here? Why are you?
Aye.
Like, that'll snip your kid. That'll just snap the finger clean off you. And I'm going, well, why are you getting fucking 5-year-olds?
And also, surely that's any animal.
Aye.
Any animal you should feed like that.
Aye.
Because they'll all bite your fucking hand off.
You're doing that, and then a hippo just eats all of you.
Jesus. So they eat cornflakes.
They eat cornflakes. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, I was feeding them cornflakes.
How do surely they just go for the bowl for
Fuck off, you piece of shit. Fuck off. I love the way I got all fucking like.
That's another slur that they use in this. When he's going out with Terry Crews, he says, "Why do I have to go out with Mandingo?"
Oh, fuck! It's so.
Jesus Christ.
2004. I wonder I'd love to ask them how they feel about the film now, because I reckon they'd get like, oh yeah, so it's time.
I never realised how wild a time, because we've watched a fair whack of films from this early 2000s period, and it is.
There's a lot of shit.
Mental time.
It does. You feel like it should be. I feel like the 90s films weren't as wild.
No, nowhere near.
I feel like the last thing before the 90s was like Trading Places.
Yeah.
Or they had like a bit of blackface and
70s and 80s films,
and then 90s went more like bigger Hollywood, but in a good way. And and then they just started Tropic Thunder.
Aye.
I haven't seen Tropic Thunder actually.
Have you never seen that? Oh man, that is very funny. That is a very, very funny film.
You want it very funny, that one.
I'm trying to think. A couple of things before we wrap up on this. They said another line I laughed at a lot was when I think they're talking like there's like one girl that's into the dude, and he's obviously cheating on her with his girlfriend or something, and she keeps going back to him, and she says, I just never wanted it to be like this. And then one of them just out of the blues goes, yeah. No, it's the girl that thinks he's cheating. She was like, I just can't bring myself to believe that he's cheating on me. And she's like, well, I just can't bring myself to believe that Michael Jackson keeps cutting pieces off his nose, but here we are. And I was like, what? The fuck did that line come from?
Nobody cut that. They're like, yeah, keep it in. That's excellent.
I didn't know this until I was reading about the film. First of all, I didn't pick up on the fact that most of them are based on Paris Hilton.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I didn't, because I forgot how massive.
I forgot about that, yeah.
How bizarrely massive Paris Hilton was.
What a slam.
In the early 2000s. Like,
imagine a Hollywood blockbuster based on how stupid you are.
Oh, Jesus. Do you know Kim Kardashian used to be her assistant?
No.
I had no idea until I was reading about that either. I went on a deep dive into Paris Hilton. Yeah.
And she was like, I need to be Paris. I don't have to suck a dick as well.
Can you? And also, I didn't know this. The Wayans brothers intended this film to be a reboot of Some Like It Hot.
What?
Have you ever seen Some Like It Hot? Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis and Marilyn Monroe. right? It's not that far off this storyline. There
Oh
are
my
a huge amount
God.
of similarities to this because they are musicians that witness a mob hit and they go on the run from the mob but dress up as women
Okay, right.
and then befriend Marilyn Monroe. Whereas in this, they're trying to protect her from kidnappers. But that is initial. I mean, I'm thinking this was very, very initial stages.
Yeah. Okay, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got a horny guy anyway.
We got a lot.
The horniest of all.
Oh, the biggest
We
horny
said
guy
we
we've had.
horny guy, but this is massive horny
Oh,
guy.
the biggest horny guy we've ever had. And I'd be very
Eating oysters?
surprised. If there's ever a hornier guy, if there's ever a bigger hornier guy, unless the next Avengers film is just the Hulk rocking about trying to pump Black Widow again, I reckon.
Her dead, no.
Yeah. The oysters and everything, just absolutely everything.
Fair play to Terry. Big shout.
He's even the bit when he's again the juxtaposition of that scene between him going from trying to date rape someone with roofies to then getting the glass switch so he's drunk on himself, so he's so horny. He then goes, I need to dance. And then it cuts to him with 2 whistles and his top off. And then you go, oh my God, he's lovable again now. You're like, how are you managing to do this? This is...
Date rape gone wrong. Hilarity.
You can't have this. You can't have so many mixed messages in a scene.
But also, like, it's a date rape joke. I feel like they poured ecstasy.
I imagine it would be, aye.
But, like, ecstasy's not a date
No,
rape drug.
no, not at all.
You'd be
Because
sleeping in the
surely,
corner.
sleepy drugs are
Not
the...
get the whistle and... Fucking amazing.
Any more points to make about...
I don't. I probably have a 200 million in my back of my head in the next hour, but like, yeah,
It's quite-
top class. I enjoyed the. It's like, you know, harmful watching, but
It was a wild ride.
I did laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. I laughed out loud a few times. You know, my favorite. Here it is. This is what I find funny. Every time he broke character to fight a guy in a man's voice. I nearly forgot about it.
Nobody reacted.
Yeah. Well, fucking good.
Hold my purse. You want to go, motherfucker?
I love that. That was excellent. So stupid, like, but he played it so well.
Yeah.
He played it so well. Fair play to Wayne. I'm pretty sure one of the Wayne brothers was in a really serious thing recently. I've watched them in.
Oh, really?
Class. Like, yeah, really.
They
good
used to
acting.
be huge.
Yeah.
Like they were like the Wayne's Brothers show.
They were like the Olsen twins.
was massive, and yeah.
Not even the most famous
And,
Olsens now.
In Living Colour, they were in. That was like a
Don't know
sketch
that.
show in America. But they were massive. And then there's a film that me and my brother saw years ago when we were massively, we were like really young. And we'd seen, I think we were watching fucking Police Academy or some shit, and it was a trailer on the video. And it's called I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Right? And it's a Wayans Brothers film, but it's like a complete parody of like black-exploitation films.
Yeah. I went through I watched
It's
a
like
couple
Airplane. It's like that much of a parody that
like
it's...
Black Dynamite.
Yeah.
I've seen some of these.
And then there's another one they do of like Spike Lee films called it's called like Don't Be a Menace in South Central while drinking your juice in the hood or something like that. So
Fuck me, stupid
Yeah.
shit like that. That must have been. They must have had a great time making
Oh,
them back in the day.
God,
Because
aye.
you wouldn't also have like the worry of like all the internet today. Not that it excuses anything, but like you could go out and just make absolute dog shit
Oh,
without
God,
any
yeah.
fear. They get money for it. They're like,
that like the gags when they're at the table and she farts, and then Terry Crews just farts back at her. That scene, that's my favourite scene because it's just so 2000s comedy.
Yeah.
When they're at the Hamptons social event, right?
Yeah.
And one of the Waynes is eating all the canapes and stuff. And she goes, oh, did you like that with the cheese? And he goes, oh, there was cheese in that? And then for some reason, cheese just then goes and makes her shit. Like you've never heard anyone shit in your life.
That's
She's just
right.
sitting in the toilet like that.
Fucking cheese in that.
Why would cheese make you shit that ferociously?
Violently and almost immediately. almost immediately.
It's never mentioned again. It's never mentioned before. It's just like, oh yeah, the cheese.
Just get her. We need to build up. We need to eat up some time. Just go shit yourself there for a while.
Class. Right, next week, what are we watching?
Well, actually, I just realised now because I brought. I don't have it here, the DVD, but I have the DVD because it was given to me by old Terry. Terry Bernard.
Terry Bernard.
Terry Bernard. Yeah. He gave me this at the roast battles, and I was like, this will come in handy. It's along the same lines as White Chicks. I feel like I owe a good one.
No, you had Hereditary. That was a belter.
I felt like that didn't count too much because you made me choose a good Halloween film.
Right.
You didn't make me do anything.
No.
I'm just making you just for some reason throwing you under the bus. But we're going for the Goodfellas.
Oh, excellent.
We have the Goodfellas. Do you know what? I'm actually glad I don't have the DVD because it's one of those ones that has 3 good films attached to it. So I'd have to show.
Right.
It's
Okay,
like
I saved those.
So there's 3 in the chamber, big ones, but we're going Goodfellas.
One of the best films ever made.
Let's see if we can do that. Yeah. And then we have the Goodfellas.
This will be interesting to talk about, actually, because we've not done. Well, I think we're supposed to be Lock, Stock, which we both loved.
Yes, but there's an element of fun to that.
Aye, but
I wonder is the Goodfellas going to be funny?
Well, that's the thing.
Let's see, because of it.
Next week might be our geekiest one yet, where we just talk about how much we love a film.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh well, tune in for that. Tour stuff. Before you go, Dundee sold out. Dumfries, there's been did you ever do this fucking thing with venues and shit? I know it pisses a lot of comedians off where they have production holds. Oh, that's they do it at the Fringe as well. So anyway, 8 of them got released. There's 6 tickets left for the Saturday night in Dumfries, which is Saturday the 11th, and then there's about 25 tickets left for Friday the 10th.
Selling well.
And then Aberdeen on the 17th, still plenty of tickets left for that because it's a big, massive fucking room. If you go on the links, then it would be amazing if you're in Aberdeen and you love the podcast to come up and see me and what will be my biggest solo show ever.
There's people in my Discord saying they're going to, I think you have Inverness in there somewhere.
Oh yeah, Inverness, next year, aye. Oh well, that's good.
Nah, going to the socials, I am pretty much doing weekend gigs just straight to Christmas, and then fucking the roast battles. There's a Christmas roast battle on December 11th, which has got a mighty good lineup at the moment. So
there you go.
Do that.
Class. Right.
Yep,
and just keep leaving them 5-star reviews and sharing about any clips we put up.
Starting to get bigger views and shit like
on
that.
On the Instagram and stuff. And then just keep telling people if you know that they might enjoy this podcast, then word of mouth would be class. But we'll see you next week for Goodfellas. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye.